Hello there and welcome back to my channel Epic English Tutorials. You people are having exam on 28th of August, so all the best for that. And I've included some recently added topics. People told me this video is based on the feedback given by my viewers, and they told me that they had questions on topics like selective attention and other different types of attention and the role of information technology in education. So I hope you find this video helpful, and I have another announcement to make that I'll be uploading a video tomorrow based on the feedback given by my viewers who told me about the types of questions they got. They also gave me a detailed feedback about the topics they got. So I'll just be highlighting those massively important topics for you in that video. So stay tuned for that as well. For now, let's get back to business and start our video. So let's review a sample question. Let me highlight it for all of you. After teaching the steps of writing a story, Arabic teacher asked the students to write their own stories. Which of the following statements is the best feedback to give to a student? So we have to single out what is the best feedback you can give to your students. Let's see our options. Option A says your story is weak and you need to think of a better plot. But we cannot be negative with our students. This seems to be extremely negative feedback. We cannot be directly so negative, so derogatory towards our students. So obviously this seems to be a wrong option. Let's review the next option. Please review the writing instructions I shared with you at the beginning of the unit. All right, somebody has written the story, and this seems to be a vague kind of feedback. Let's review another option. Your story would be better if you describe your characters in more detail. So here you are very specific. You're highlighting what is missing from the story. You're not being ambiguous or vague, but you're being very clear. There is clarity in the instructions that what is it which is missing and what is it that you want the story to have some improved version. So this seems to be a good option, but let's review our last option, which says a good story but needs to be improved. Okay, needs to be improved, but how, you haven't told. This seems to be a wrong kind of instruction. So obviously the most positive option amongst all of these seems to be this one. So obviously this seems to be our right answer. Anyways, you can disagree with me because I don't have answers available for this. As per my judgment, this seems to be the right answer, but you can always disagree with me and figure out your own right option. So let's review our next question. What is the type of attention that occurs when a learner focuses on a particular topic for a period of time while simultaneously ignoring all irrelevant information that is also occurring? So let's highlight some important information. What is the type of attention that occurs when a learner focuses on a particular topic for a period of time while simultaneously ignoring all irrelevant information that is also occurring? That means you are ignoring one part of information that is occurring, but for a period of time you are focusing with devotion on a particular topic. Is this forced attention? Is this active attention? Is this selective attention? Or is this alternating attention? So I collected some information for you based on this question. So let's review different types of options given here and the detail I gathered for you. Selective attention is simply an act of focusing on a particular object for a period of time while simultaneously ignoring irrelevant information that is also occurring. Alternating attention, is the brain's ability to move back and forth between tasks that may have different cognitive demands. An example of this would be taking notes in class while listening to the teacher talk. So you're alternatively doing two tasks. This is very casual. This is everyday routine that we all follow. We take notes in class while the teacher is speaking, and we also side by side keep absorbing the information by listening to the teacher. So everybody is quite familiar with that. So it's our brain's ability to move back and forth between tasks, switching between tasks. We're very much familiar with it. Another one is the forced attention. It occurs when a stimulus is so obviously significant to a subject compared to other stimuli that are unable to ignore it. That is, their attention towards this stimulus is forced. So they have a forced sort of attention to focus on a particular thing. It occurs when a stimulus is very obviously significant to a subject. So when some stimulus is very obvious, very important to a subject compared to other stimuli, they're unable to ignore that stimulus. That's why their attention towards this stimulus is focused. Another type of attention is active attention. It's a multidimensional cognitive process that includes the abilities to select and focus on what is important at any given moment. The ability to consistently maintain mental effort while performing tasks that require mental energy, and the ability to inhibit action or thought while previewing alternative. So these are different types of attentions, but if you have a look at the first option, if you have a look at the first option, there are keywords which are present in the question. There are also keywords which are present in the details, because it says selective attention is the act of focusing on a particular object for a particular period of time while simultaneously ignoring irrelevant information that is also occurring, right? So this information, this kind of attention occurs in everyday classroom. Forced attention occurs rarely when you are focusing on a particular task. So active attention, it's a multi-dimensional cognitive process because you select to focus on what is important at any given moment, and you maintain the mental effort while performing tasks that require mental energy and the ability. But this one has similar keywords and the whole definition is there in the question. Have a look at it. What is the type of attention that occurs when a learner focuses on a particular topic for a period of time? It's already there in the definition of selective attention that it occurs for a period of time while simultaneously ignoring all irrelevant information that is also occurring. So definitely this answer seems to be right, because the definition that I found from Google exactly matches the definition for this. So anyways, you can disagree with me once again and gather your own information in case this seems to be the wrong answer. So here's another important question. Information technology is essential to teaching. However, teachers differ in the degree to which they employ technology in learning and teaching. Which of the following option is the basic principle in organizing the use of information technology in learning and teaching? So we have to say what is the basic principle in organizing the use of information technology. Number one, the key word is we have to single out the basic principle. So information technology is one of the options that can be used to support visual learners. This is totally an irrelevant option because you cannot particularly use anything just to support visual learners. However, there are other types of learners in your class, auditory learners or spatial learners or other types of learners. So you cannot just base a lesson based on one category of learners in your class by prioritizing them and ignoring the other kinds of learners. So information technology distracts students, wastes lessons time, and leads students to undesirable practices. This is a totally negative option, doesn't go with the question at all. We can right away strike it off. The use of information technology should be based on its value in achieving the targeted educational goals. This seems to be a positive option and it seems quite okay. The use of information technology is an objective in itself and it must be planned for in parallel with other educational goals. So this also seems to be the right option. That you have to use it with you have to plan its usage in parallel with other educational goals, but it's not an objective in itself. So let's see the information we gathered. It says that 10 principles of using ICT in education in developing countries. So what are these 10 principles? Principle number 1 is that you should use ICT to achieve education and development goals. You should use it to achieve educational goals and development goals. Use ICT to enhance student knowledge and skills, and use ICT to support data-driven decision making. So basically the topmost basic principle seems to be that we have to use ICT to achieve education and development goals. So in our option, it says it's based on its value in achieving targeted educational goals. These keywords are there. These keywords were there in the basic principle, the topmost basic principle of when you Google it. That is the first option that you get. So according to the information we gathered, this seems to be the right answer. However, you can make your own choice because I don't have answers for this question paper. I just tried to figure out the answer myself with the help of the information. Anyways, you can disagree with me and find your own. There is a bonus question here, and I'm leaving it for all of you to figure out the answer and share it in the comments below. I'll read the question for you. In teaching classes with many low achieving students, teachers struggle with time management. So there is not enough time to focus on all the curriculum concepts. So to address this problem, it's better to focus on the concepts. Which concepts? So remember, this class is with a lot of low achieving students, and teachers struggle with time management because obviously low achieving students are going to grab the concept quite late. It can be quite taxing and time consuming for the teachers to make the low achieving students understand the task. So what should they do to address this problem? What seems to be the better option? They should focus on the concepts which are the easiest to finish, covering as many concepts as possible, or concepts which are totally new and were not learned previously, or which are the foundation of the new concepts in the following year, in the coming year. This seems to be totally irrelevant because what you haven't finished what is important this year, and you are focusing on something which is coming in the following year. Seems to be doesn't make sense at all. So we can right away remove this option in the first units or first lessons, because these units are more important than the last unit. All the units have their own importance, so this also seems to be the wrong option. So which are the easiest to finish, covering as many topics as possible? From these two you can figure out your answer and let me know in the comments below. I'm not giving you the answer, I'm telling you that these two seem to be appropriate options. Now you have to single out your option and let me know, and also tell me the reason for that. This is your homework, so I'll confirm it once you write it and once I get the maximum comments, and you can Google information about it. The idea here is just to introduce you about the type of question that you can get about the high achievers or the low achievers. This is a scenario based question, and stay tuned for the video that I'm going to upload tomorrow based on the feedback that I got from my viewers. So that was a short video for all of you to help you for your upcoming exam on 28th of August. All the very best, and please do give me the feedback because it helps me prepare more videos for the coming batches. So many people promise but they don't do it. However, I have given my notes to all of them, so whenever I send them notes I tell them that give me the feedback when you come back after the exam, but very few do that. So please, I'm requesting maximum people to give me the feedback once you come back after the exam. Let me know about the topics that you got and the questions that you got so that I can help my viewers in the coming videos. All the best for your exam.